Hello, I'm SA, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin. 9th century Baghdad, under the Abbasid Caliphate, represented a zenith of intellectual flourishing. The city served as a crucible where Greek, Persian, Indian, and indigenous traditions melded, giving rise to groundbreaking advancements across diverse fields of knowledge. At the heart of this vibrant scene stood the House of Wisdom, or Beit al-Hikmah, an academy, library and translation center that attracted scholars from across the known world. Within these hallowed halls, a constellation of brilliant minds dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge, translating and preserving classical texts, conducting original research, and shaping the course of scientific inquiry for centuries to come. Among these luminaries shone Muhammad ibn Musa al-Farghani, a name that echoes through the annals of astronomy. Al-Farghani, often Latinized as Alfraganus, emerged as a prominent figure within this intellectual circle. His expertise lay primarily in astronomy, a field of immense practical and theoretical significance in the 9th century. Astronomy held crucial importance for determining prayer times, establishing the direction of Mecca, and constructing accurate calendars, all vital for religious observance and societal organization within the Islamic world. Furthermore, the heavens themselves were viewed as a manifestation of divine order, making their study a deeply philosophical and theological pursuit. The state of astronomical knowledge at the time rested heavily on the foundations laid by Claudius Ptolemy, the 2nd century Greco-Roman astronomer. Ptolemy's Almagest, a comprehensive treatise on astronomy and mathematics, served as the authoritative source for understanding the cosmos. This work presented a geocentric model of the universe, with the Earth at the center and the Sun, Moon, planets and stars revolving around it in a series of complex circular orbits known as epicycles and differents. Despite its enduring influence, the Ptolemaic model presented challenges. Accurately predicting the positions of celestial objects required intricate calculations and painstaking observations. Discrepancies between theoretical predictions and empirical observations frequently arose, necessitating constant refinement and adjustment of the model. Moreover, determining fundamental parameters such as the size of the Earth, the distances to celestial bodies, and the precise coordinates of geographical locations remained persistent problems. The determination of geographical coordinates, particularly longitude, posed a considerable obstacle. While latitude could be determined relatively easily by measuring the angle of the Sun or certain stars above the horizon, longitude required accurate timekeeping and a reliable method for comparing local time at different locations. This presented a significant challenge in an era before accurate portable clocks and long-distance communication. The measurement of the Earth's circumference, a fundamental parameter for understanding the scale of the cosmos and for cartography, also required improved techniques and instrumentation. Al-Farghani addressed these challenges through his critical synthesis of existing astronomical traditions and innovative methodologies. He drew upon the wealth of knowledge preserved and advanced within the House of Wisdom, combining Ptolemaic astronomy with insights from Persian and Indian sources. He also emphasized the importance of empirical observation and mathematical rigor, striving to improve the accuracy and accessibility of astronomical knowledge. His most influential work, Kitab Jawami Wilm al-Nujum, or Sul al-Harakat al-Samawiyah, which translates to a compendium of the science of the stars, stands as a testament to his intellectual prowess and his commitment to advancing astronomical understanding. This treatise presented a systematic and comprehensive overview of astronomy, covering topics ranging from the structure of the cosmos to the motions of the planets and the calculation of geographical coordinates. This essay will explore how al-Farghani significantly advanced astronomical and geographical knowledge through his critical synthesis of existing traditions and innovative methodologies, focusing specifically on this seminal work. Al-Farghani's Compendium of the Science of the Stars meticulously outlines the prevailing astronomical knowledge of his time, presenting a structured exposition of Ptolemaic astronomy. The book systematically unfolds, beginning with the fundamental structure of the cosmos, and then progressing to the intricate details of celestial movements and planetary models. Al-Farghani's work meticulously details the arrangement of the celestial spheres, the fixed stars, and the wandering planets, offering a coherent picture of the universe as understood in the 9th century. Central to the compendium is an explanation of celestial motion. Al-Farghani elucidates the daily rotation of the heavens, the annual movement of the sun along the ecliptic, and the apparent movements of the planets against the backdrop of the fixed stars. He describes the concept of epicycles and difference, the geometrical devices Ptolemy employed to explain the observed irregularities in planetary motion. Through detailed descriptions and calculations, Al-Farghani makes these complex concepts accessible to readers seeking a deeper understanding of the cosmos. Al-Farghani dedicates significant attention to planetary models. He meticulously explains the Ptolemaic models for each of the known planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. These models, involving combinations of circular motions, were designed to account for the observed phenomena of retrograde motion and variations in planetary brightness. Al-Farghani provides detailed parameters for each planet's orbit, including the sizes of the epicycles and difference, their periods of revolution, and the positions of their apogees and perigees. This comprehensive treatment of planetary theory makes the compendium a valuable resource for anyone seeking to understand the mathematical underpinnings of Ptolemaic astronomy. Beyond celestial phenomena, Al-Farghani addresses the Earth's dimensions and its place within the cosmos. He presents calculations of the Earth's circumference and diameter based on methods derived from earlier Greek and Indian scholars. He also discusses the division of the Earth into climatic zones and provides geographical coordinates for various cities and landmarks. This information reflects the growing interest in geography and cartography during the Abbasid era, driven by the needs of trade, administration, and scientific exploration. While Al-Farghani largely adopts Ptolemaic theories, he does so with a critical eye, adapting and simplifying them for his audience. He streamlines some of the more complex geometrical constructions, making them easier to understand and apply. He also updates some of the numerical parameters, incorporating new observational data and refining existing calculations. This willingness to depart from strict adherence to Ptolemy demonstrates Al-Farghani's commitment to improving the accuracy and accessibility of astronomical knowledge. One of Al-Farghani's key contributions lies in his effort to make astronomical knowledge accessible to a wider audience. He presents complex concepts in a clear and systematic manner, using plain language and avoiding unnecessary jargon. He includes numerous examples and illustrations to help readers visualize the abstract principles of astronomy. He provides practical instructions for using astronomical instruments, such as astrolabes and sundials, allowing readers to apply their knowledge to real-world problems. By bridging the gap between theory and practice, Al-Farghani empowered individuals to engage with astronomy directly and to make their own observations and calculations. The challenge of simplifying complex astronomical phenomena presented a significant hurdle. The Ptolemaic system, with its intricate network of epicycles and difference, required a sophisticated understanding of geometry and mathematics. Al-Farghani uniquely addressed this challenge by breaking down the system into its component parts, explaining each element in a step-by-step manner. He used diagrams and analogies to illustrate the relationships between the different parts of the model, making it easier for readers to grasp the overall picture. This pedagogical approach made the compendium an effective textbook for students of astronomy at various levels of expertise. Al-Farghani's work also confronted the problem of data accuracy. Astronomical observations, even with the best available instruments, were subject to errors and uncertainties. The existing data, derived from various sources and traditions, often contained inconsistencies and discrepancies. Al-Farghani addressed this problem by carefully evaluating the available data, comparing different sources, and identifying potential errors. He incorporated new observations and calculations, striving to improve the accuracy of the astronomical parameters. While he could eliminate all inaccuracies, his efforts to refine the data represent a significant contribution to the advancement of astronomical knowledge. The compendium quickly became a standard astronomical text, widely used throughout the Islamic world and later in Europe. Its comprehensive coverage of astronomical theory, its clear and accessible presentation, and its practical examples made it an invaluable resource for students, scholars, and practitioners alike. It was translated into Latin in the 12th century and became a standard textbook in European universities. It influenced generations of astronomers, including Copernicus, Kepler, and Galileo. Its enduring legacy testifies to the power of Al-Farghani's intellectual contributions and his commitment to advancing the understanding of the cosmos. Today, Al-Farghani's Compendium of the Science of the Stars remains a valuable historical source for understanding the transmission and development of astronomical knowledge. It provides insights into the scientific achievements of the Islamic Golden Age, the interactions between different intellectual traditions, and the evolution of astronomical theory. By studying Al-Farghani's work, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the rich history of astronomy and the enduring quest to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Al-Farghani's contributions to astronomy extended to ambitious attempts at determining the Earth's dimensions, a pursuit that reflects both the ingenuity of his methods and the limitations of the available data. His calculations of the Earth's circumference and diameter, while influential, contained inaccuracies that stemmed from a combination of factors, including reliance on imperfect measurements and complexities in converting between different units of length. Understanding the sources and consequences of these errors provides valuable insight into the challenges inherent in early scientific inquiry. One of Al-Farghani's notable endeavors involved estimating the Earth's circumference. This was a problem of considerable importance to astronomers and geographers of the time, as an accurate determination of the Earth's size was essential for mapping the world, calculating distances, and understanding the scale of the cosmos. Al-Farghani's approach drew upon the methods of earlier Greek astronomers, particularly Eratosthenes, who had famously used measurements of shadows cast at different locations to estimate the Earth's circumference. Al-Farghani's calculation relied on measurements taken along a meridian arc. The degree length he used, derived from earlier measurements, was, in retrospect, somewhat shorter than the actual value. This seemingly small discrepancy had a significant impact when extrapolated to the full circumference of the Earth. The resulting estimate, while impressive for its time, was smaller than the actual circumference by a noticeable margin. The sources of these errors are multifaceted. Imperfect instrumentation played a role. Accurately measuring angles and distances across vast terrains presented considerable practical difficulties. The instruments available to Al-Farghani and his contemporaries, while ingenious, were subject to limitations in precision and accuracy. Furthermore, the process of surveying large distances across varied landscapes introduced cumulative errors that could compound over long stretches. Another significant source of error lay in the conversion between different units of length. The Islamic world at the time employed a variety of units, such as the cubit, the mile, and the parasang, each with its own regional variations and uncertainties. Converting measurements from one unit to another introduced additional possibilities for inaccuracies to creep into the calculations. The precise relationship between these units was often poorly defined, leading to inconsistencies when attempting to reconcile measurements taken using different standards. The reliance on data from previous sources also contributed to the inaccuracies in al-Farghani's calculations. He drew upon measurements and observations made by earlier astronomers and geographers, some of whom may have employed different methods or faced their own limitations in accuracy. Inheriting these pre-existing errors could propagate them through subsequent calculations, compounding the overall uncertainty. It is important to acknowledge the context in which al-Farghani worked. He operated in an era before the development of modern surveying techniques, standardized units of measurement, and sophisticated statistical methods for error analysis. The challenges he faced in obtaining accurate data and performing precise calculations were considerable. His attempts to address these challenges, even if not entirely successful, represent a testament to his ingenuity and dedication to scientific inquiry. Comparing al-Farghani's calculations with those of other contemporary scholars reveals a range of estimates for the Earth's size. Different astronomers and geographers employed various methods and relied on different sets of data, resulting in a diversity of values. Some estimates were closer to the actual circumference than al-Farghani's, while others were further off. This variability underscores the inherent difficulties in determining the Earth's dimensions with the tools and knowledge available at the time. The inaccuracies in al-Farghani's calculations had long-term implications for astronomical and geographical knowledge. His compendium of the science of the stars became a widely influential textbook, shaping the understanding of the cosmos for generations of scholars. The errors in his estimate of the Earth's size were thus propagated through the scientific community, influencing subsequent maps, astronomical models, and geographical theories. The impact of these inaccuracies was particularly felt in the context of later European exploration and cartography. When European navigators, including Christopher Columbus, embarked on voyages of discovery, they relied on existing maps and geographical knowledge, much of which was ultimately derived from sources like al-Farghani's work. The underestimated size of the Earth, as presented in these sources, contributed to the miscalculation of distances and the underestimation of the time required to sail to the east. Columbus, for example, believed that Asia was much closer to Europe than it actually is, a misconception fueled in part by the inaccurate estimates of the Earth's circumference circulating at the time. This belief played a role in his decision to sail west across the Atlantic in search of a new route to the Indies. While his voyage led to the discovery of the Americas, it was predicated on a flawed understanding of the Earth's size and the distances involved. The problems stemming from these inaccurate calculations were eventually addressed through improved measurements, more sophisticated mathematical techniques, and a greater understanding of the sources of error. As scientific instruments became more precise and surveying methods more accurate, astronomers and geographers were able to refine their estimates of the Earth's dimensions. The development of triangulation techniques, for example, allowed for more accurate measurement of distances across large terrains. The iterative nature of scientific progress is exemplified by the gradual correction of these early errors. Each generation of scientists built upon the work of their predecessors, refining existing theories, improving measurement techniques, and identifying new sources of error. The process of scientific inquiry involves a continuous cycle of observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and refinement, with both successes and failures serving as opportunities for learning and advancement. The historical significance of the inaccuracies in al-Farghani's calculations lies in understanding the challenges of scientific measurement and the iterative nature of scientific progress. His work, while containing errors, represents a valuable contribution to the development of astronomy and geography. By analyzing the sources and consequences of these errors, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of scientific inquiry and the importance of critical evaluation and continuous refinement. Al-Farghani's legacy extends beyond the specific numerical values he obtained. His commitment to observation, measurement, and mathematical analysis exemplifies the spirit of scientific inquiry. His work serves as a reminder that scientific knowledge is not static, but rather a constantly evolving process, shaped by both successes and failures. Embracing both the achievements and the limitations of past scientists allows us to better understand the trajectory of scientific progress and the ongoing quest to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Through careful study of Al-Farghani's methods, we find enduring lessons applicable to all scientific endeavors. Al-Farghani's influence resonates profoundly through the corridors of scientific history, far exceeding the immediate impact of his own era. The transmission of his seminal work, Kitab Jawami wil Malum, or a compendium of the science of the stars, to Europe via Latin translations, marked a pivotal moment in the cross-cultural exchange of knowledge. These translations, appearing primarily in the 12th century, acted as conduits, channeling the accumulated wisdom of Islamic astronomy into the burgeoning intellectual landscape of medieval Europe. The accessibility of Al-Farghani's compendium through Latin versions ensured its widespread adoption as a foundational text within European universities. Students and scholars across the continent engaged with his systematic presentation of astronomical principles, solidifying its position as a standard textbook for centuries. Its clarity and comprehensiveness rendered it invaluable for those seeking to understand the cosmos according to the prevailing scientific understanding. The work served as a cornerstone for astronomical education, shaping the understanding of generations of European scholars. The impact of Al-Farghani's work extended into the domains of both astronomy and geography. His explanations of celestial motions, planetary positions, and the dimensions of the Earth provided a framework upon which later European scholars built their own investigations. His influence permeated the writings of subsequent astronomers, who frequently cited and referenced his findings. Cartographers, similarly, drew upon Al-Farghani's estimations of terrestrial distances and geographical coordinates in their efforts to map the world. The synthesis of astronomical and geographical knowledge within Al-Farghani's compendium ensured its lasting relevance across multiple disciplines. Consider, for instance, the work of Johannes de Sacrobosco, a 13th-century scholar whose Tractatus de Sphæra Mundi became one of the most widely read astronomy textbooks of the Middle Ages. Sacrobosco's treatise, while incorporating elements from various sources, demonstrably reflects Al-Farghani's influence in its organization, content, and approach to astronomical concepts. The structure of Sacrobosco's work, its treatment of the Earth's dimensions, and its explanations of celestial phenomena all bear the imprint of Al-Farghani's earlier synthesis. This demonstrates a clear line of intellectual descent, highlighting the enduring impact of Al-Farghani's work on shaping the European understanding of the cosmos. Furthermore, Al-Farghani's influence can be discerned in the writings of other prominent medieval scholars, including Roger Bacon and Albertus Magnus. These figures, influential in the development of natural philosophy and scientific inquiry, engaged with Al-Farghani's ideas as they sought to integrate astronomical knowledge into their broader understanding of the natural world. Bacon, known for his emphasis on empirical observation and mathematical analysis, acknowledged Al-Farghani's contributions to astronomy and geography. Albertus Magnus, a prolific commentator on Aristotle and a key figure in the rediscovery of ancient Greek science, incorporated Al-Farghani's findings into his own encyclopedic works. The widespread engagement with al-Farghani's work among these leading intellectual figures underscores its significance in shaping the scientific landscape of medieval Europe. The incorporation of al-Farghani's concepts into the works of later astronomers and cartographers reveals the multifaceted nature of his legacy. His influence extends beyond the mere transmission of specific numerical values or astronomical parameters. He provided a methodological framework for scientific inquiry, emphasizing the importance of observation, measurement, and mathematical analysis. This approach, characteristic of Islamic science during the Golden Age, resonated deeply with European scholars seeking to develop a more rigorous and systematic understanding of the natural world. Al-Farghani's work served not simply as a source of information, but also as a model for how to conduct scientific investigation. One must acknowledge that al-Farghani's work was not without its limitations. As previously discussed, his acceptance of Ptolemaic astronomy and his reliance on certain inaccurate measurements led to errors in his calculations. These errors, while significant, do not diminish the overall importance of his contributions. Rather, they serve as a reminder that scientific knowledge is a constantly evolving process, subject to revision and refinement. Later scholars, building upon al-Farghani's foundations, identified and corrected some of these inaccuracies, leading to a more accurate understanding of the cosmos. The process of identifying and correcting errors is an integral part of scientific progress, and al-Farghani's work played a vital role in this process. Al-Farghani's significance lies in his role as a pivotal figure in the transmission and development of astronomical knowledge. He acted as a bridge, connecting the scientific achievements of ancient Greece with the intellectual ferment of medieval Europe. His work synthesized and systematized existing knowledge, making it accessible to a wider audience. He provided a framework for future investigations, inspiring later scholars to build upon his foundations and refine his findings. His contributions demonstrate the interconnectedness of scientific traditions and the importance of cross-cultural exchange in the advancement of knowledge. In conclusion, the enduring value of al-Farghani's work extends beyond its specific scientific content. It resides in its contribution to the history of science and the cross-cultural exchange of knowledge. His compendium, translated into Latin and widely adopted in European universities, shaped the understanding of generations of scholars. His influence can be traced in the writings of later astronomers and cartographers, who built upon his foundations and refined his findings. His work provides valuable insights into the challenges and complexities of scientific inquiry, highlighting the importance of building upon the work of predecessors and embracing both successes and failures. Furthermore, al-Farghani's legacy underscores the importance of systematic observation, precise measurement, and rigorous mathematical analysis in scientific endeavors. His commitment to these principles, characteristic of Islamic science during its golden age, resonated deeply with European scholars seeking to develop a more empirical and quantitative approach to understanding the natural world. His work serves as a reminder that scientific progress is not simply a matter of accumulating facts, but also of developing and refining the methods by which we investigate the universe. Al-Farghani's story is a testament to the power of knowledge to transcend cultural and temporal boundaries. His contributions continue to inspire scholars and scientists today, reminding us of the enduring value of scientific inquiry and the importance of building bridges between different traditions of knowledge. His legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of human knowledge and the ongoing quest to understand our place in the cosmos. The echoes of al-Farghani's insights still reverberate through the halls of science, a testament to his enduring contribution to human understanding.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, Please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.